Hello, adventurers. My name is Chris. Welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. And my god, last episode was eye-opening, to say the least. My god. So we made it through the Dead Trenches, right? The city that once belonged to the Legion of the Dead. And we actually met some of the Legion of the Dead, too. Some of those guys out there, and hardcore, right? Smart. Not I they they give off the like fearless vibe, but they're intelligent at the same time. They're not just throwing themselves at the wall and dying, right? They're intelligent. We have so many codex readings about the the well, basically like revolving around them, but also the dead cast, right? The dead cast, and how the idea that the Legion of the Dead could be considered a noble house in Orzammar. Could be, right? And it very much seems, I mean, it very much seems it's practically spelled out, right? That there was a noble that wanted to make changes, reforms in Orzammar as a society, and they didn't like that, right? The assembly and the other existing nobles probably, right, as well, because the assembly is made up of the noble houses, but I'm saying even beyond that, right? Nobody wanted that. Everyone's like, everything's good, why change it, right? In their mind, because it's going good for them. And so they basically ended up sending this guy, this noble, out here, the Legion of the Dead, to basically silence that whole thing, as well as kind of treat it almost like a punishment. It was like a political move to do that. It's really, really twisted, right? But then we started getting closer to Branka and her whole team, her whole house, and we came across just some real cryptic shit, real disturbing stuff, all culminating in the reveal of the Broodmother, which is just the next thing on a long list of fucked up shit in this world, right? The fact that it confers that the Broodmother is basically is a taken female, and it can happen to any of the races, which is also like, good lord, right? But it's specifically female. We learned that the males, right? Males, when they're tainted, right? They basically go mad and die, and that's it, right? And females, though, they can also go mad and die if they're lucky. But the unlucky few who don't actually mutate, transform, and become brood mothers. And they're hideous, disturbing. Ugh, God, such a core memory now. It's like locked into my mind, that reveal. And the idea that they're twisted, it's so gross. It's so gross. It's so horrible. It's horrific. And they birth the Darkspawn. So the Darkspawn literally need people in order to actually continue to exist. Otherwise, they quite literally would die out. But as long as they keep capturing females and mutating them like that, they will continue to spawn, because it was confirmed like they could produce like 1,000 Darkspawn in the lifetime of one broodmother. So imagine you got 3, 4, right? You know, you're just pumping them out. And the other thing is the fact that the codex entry confirmed that different that whatever race the broodmother is made from actually affects the darkspawn that it births, which is both really cool and really crazy, and it really shows the diversity, why the darkspawn are so diverse, right? And it also shows why so much down here, what we've been dealing with, have been mostly genlocks pretty much this whole time. Like, there's been a few, a few others, right, and some ogres, right? But the idea that so many are genlocks definitely implies to me that the broodmother we just dealt with was very likely a dwarf, right? Because they produce genlocks, and you can tell a lot by the silhouette, or like the size and like the shape a little bit, right, of the darkspawn. The fact that shrieks are elves. Oh god, and ogres are Kunari. But they can't cross produce. So if you get a dwarf that becomes a broodmother, that broodmother will only ever produce genlocks, right? So if you want ogres, you got to get a Kunari, and it's so, god, it's terrible. But we killed it. But we're not even close to being done yet, because one of the last remnants that we seem to have come across for Branka's house was actually her lover, and not Algren, right? This is somebody else, a new individual. And through a lot of cryptic conversation, basically leaning into the fact that Branka's done something bad, like really bad, implying in the implication that Branka let the feeding and everything happen to her house. That's what I'm trying to gather the words I'm trying to say, because what is it in here, right? We have Hespeth right here. The true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love, what does that mean? Has Branka gone crazy? Has she snapped, or is she so desperate for the anvil that she's willing to sacrifice her whole house for this, right? I'm dying of something worse than death. Betrayal. What a line. Right? And feel free to skip ahead. That's totally fine. Right? I just, there's so much that's happened. I gotta get it out of my head, because the aside from the broodmother and how twisted that whole thing is, but then learning about everything we talked about. We talked about the golems too, right? Not to kind of dig back into that right exactly right now, but it's all calling into question what exactly Branka's plan is, right? Because I think about you could say, like, the morality of making golems, right? Is it wrong? Is it bad? Is it because when you think about it, it's their best defense. You literally, you get one person to give up their life, they become a golem, and that one golem is, I mean, like you even said in here, right? A golem is basically like an army, like a small army. One golem. And so you you produce dozens of golems, right? You have a force, you know, and you could say it's better to have people volunteer for it, you know, and they give up their life this way so they can, because if they want to fight on the front lines regardless, right, they have a better chance of or surviving, right, and taking down more darkspawn as a golem than they do as a fleshly. But you know, does that mean it's not a bad thing? So does that mean should we bring the anvil back, right? Is that the idea? Is it because it's so good for them as a line of defense, it's so good for their society that they can make them? They'd actually be able to push back the darkspawn. They'd be able to fight and take back, you know, most of the deep roads. So then why not, right? Why not just get a bunch of people to volunteer to become golems and then rebuild this massive army? Because if they're volunteering, then there's nothing wrong with it, right? Is that right? Because there's one thing to be like, oh, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. And then, you know, do the ends justify the means? That's basically what the anvil seems to me. It poses that question, right? Does everything you go through, you put somebody through to become a golem, and what that golem can do, is that good? Does that justify the process, the end goal? You know, I pose the question. And then at the same time, I also got to look at the anvil as not just what it is used for and what it's meant to be used for, but what it could be used for. And I feel like it's very easy for that to be abused. Because what's stopping anybody from being in charge and just suddenly, with how bad Orzammar society is right now, how they are scraping by, they are struggling. They suddenly now regain the technology to make golems. They get that back. Now, they have a fighting chance. They have a process that they could make. They could rebuild the Legion of Steel in a day. They could do this whole thing. And they would say it's worth it. Probably. Right? They would just go and be like, let's get some criminals, right? Just scrape them off the street. They stop being volunteers. It starts out as volunteers, but then they're like, well, this is war. This is about taking back these tigers. This is about taking back the deep roads. Our empire. We don't have a choice. We're not going to give them a chance to say no. Right? And it stops being volunteers. And then it starts being plucked from society, right? It's criminals. And then, you know, they might even dip into the casteless because they're less than animals. They're basically nobody. And if you can turn a nobody into a golem and then they become useful, well, then why wouldn't you do it? Right? From their point of view, right? And that's what I say, because you could see it might be dark and it's twisted, but the concept that it's like at least somebody would voluntarily be like, I'll undergo this process. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrifying, but the end result, fight for Orzammar, you know, better future for the dwarves. I look at it as it's easily something that somebody in charge that doesn't give a shit about the people, but thinks about it like this, could easily abuse the anvil in that way and just start scraping up people. But that's just what I've been thinking about. And this, oh man, and we're only just here. We just arrived at the Anvil of the Void, right? So in between episodes, I went and just did a resupply run for some lyrium, right? and subsequently also got rid of all of our injuries. So we're starting okay. We're starting okay going into this. So let's press on.
What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Branka, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
She hasn't been seen for 2 years, and she's just so casual. This first conversation, Algren, not even like super happy to see him, not like, oh my god, you're here, right? No, nothing, just, what are you doing? What have you come here for? Did Endrin die? Probably. You know, it's like, what? And then, it's actually Branka. And she's not corrupted. Like, visually. Mentally? Who knows? But, Orzammar needs a new king to defend against the Blade. He is dead, yes, and the assembly's deadlocked. Hey, you know I'm not just helping Ogren. Yes, his heir, Bell, seeks your support. How do you know I'm not just helping Ogren?
Because nobody helps Ogren. At best, Ogren's need to find me happened to coincide with the needs of someone more important.
Ah, you are impossible! This Grey Warden's come all the way from the surface to ask your help picking Endrin's successor.
I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it.
So close you can taste it. So, and I mean, I can understand it's a noble effort because you knowing how much of an impact the golems made. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense you would want to go find it again. You would want to reclaim it, and the fact that she actually did get so close to actually locate where it is. You know, it's good. In theory, it makes a huge difference against not just the Blight, but just down here. Orzammar alone held off the first archdemon ever to rise. Balin would change things. Move Orzammar forward. But of course there's a catch. Sounds like you could use some help. But of course there's a catch.
The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caridin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
I believe you. And I think that's kind of part of the problem. That you would sacrifice anything. Does that include Hespeth and the others of your house? You're obsessed. That must be why Caridin sealed it away. That's what I mean. The fact that she even brings up that there's traps completely validates my thinking from last episode of being like Caridin intentionally left this behind. It wasn't lost like oops. It was deliberately put away. Right, and that's why I was thinking, and I was talking about it last time, where it's like, okay, did he have like a conscience about this? Did he suddenly decide like, oh, this was too great of a, it's not too great, but it's too, the cost is too great. I don't know. I don't know what his thinking is, but I was thinking there's got to be something, and now it seems like there was something. But does that sacrifice include Hespeth and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caridin's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
Damn. Not even wife. No love. Nothing. Branka has tricked you and locked you in a room full of traps. Seems that Branka wasn't able to find a way past these traps and wants you to do so for her. You cannot escape and you cannot go back. You must press forward towards the Anvil of the Void. Damn, that's a really good thing I went back when I did. Oh my god. Whew. That was close. Could you imagine? You could, because I could. I could absolutely see myself doing that. Damn. So, Ogren, how we feeling?
Good old Branka. She's a bit, abrasive, isn't she? Guess I forgot that part about her screeching in my ear every sodding day. Oh well. We'll help her get the anvil, and then she'll come home, and everything will be better.
Yep, totally. Perfectly fine.
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
Everything will be better. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's... The moment we mentioned Hespeth, though, who... They were in love. The second we mentioned that, that's when she's like, enough questions. Because this is all worth it. Right? No cost is too great to pay for getting this secret to the golems.
I needed people to test Caridin's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and error. I sent them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespeth. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed.
So a part of this, so the traps, killing people, she literally is like, it takes sacrifice, no matter how many, and just throwing her people to die in a trial and error
No end to these
process is... That's so fucked. Alright, let's get these guys. Okay. Wait, no. Actually, I'm gonna get you. Oh. There we go. Now we're going after you. Okay, almost. Okay, I gotta go for the big guy. Oh no, he's dead. Let's go here. Nice. Oh my god, so many. Okay, you go here. No, go here. And do that. Shale. We're gonna do you like that. God, they're so strong with the rock. It's so good. I love it. I do think that Brock Barrage isn't working right. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because there's a ceiling. I can't exactly tell. But something is something's not quite right. Oh, alright. No, let's get him.
She shouldn't have gone. She was pledged to me. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some of the women were transforming. I knew what they would become. There would be an endless supply, fresh, dark spawn to test the traps. They could still serve me, let me find the anvil. It was the only way.
What a bitch. Are you for real? Why do you say it like that? Like this I'm supposed to be like, oh, of course. It's a genius move. What was I supposed to do? But now, I just let them transform. That way, there's an endless supply of darkspawn that I can throw against the traps forever until I figure out how to do this. Insane. Oh. Oh, you're a big one. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let... You know what? Let's see. Let's try this in here. See what happens. It might not work. So let's get control of this fight again. Okay, yeah, get him. Okay. Oop. Nice. Oop. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's focus this. Shale. Let's go... You know what, Shale? Stay over here. Okay. Go you, go you. Team. Okay. Now... Berserk.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get
Oh. Ooh. 85. That's nice.
You have no idea how they carried on, holding my hand and begging to die. They had pledged me their loyalty. They had no right to fight me. They say your order is renowned for its wits as well as its brawn. Perhaps you'll do better than my poor clansmen. There's something about this place. It makes people despair.
You're a bad person. Oh my
Can I
god.
get you a ladder so you can get
To
off my back?
literally go and
How's better than later?
sacrifice your people, not even like to say, oh, they were dying of the taint anyway. And some of the women were transforming, so that's what Hespeth meant when she's like, it's not that it happened, it's that it was allowed to happen. Betrayal. And so the idea that some of them were turning into broodmothers instead of stopping that, instead of mercy killing them, right? Branka's like, but this is actually good for me because this will produce plenty of darkspawn, and then I can just keep throwing them at the traps. I am. I'm
At your service.
fucking shocked. Oh boy. Like, I knew she'd be kind of crazy. I knew she'd have to be. Right? Absolutely.
I'll get on.
But, man. How fucked up you gotta be to sacrifice your own house? Good lord.
Now's better than later.
Nope, we gotta get him.
What is your command?
Okay, go here, we're gonna do this. Then Ogren, stay on him. No, I don't. Okay, you're dead. Kill.
Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back.
Alright, great. Now we just go one by one. She really did that. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm fucking shocked. Can I not click? Oh, really? Wow. Damn, that's unfortunate.
I shall do so. As you say. I shall do so.
There's like a free refill.
Immediately.
There's not a full refill though. Those more golems.
I'll get on it.
Throwing her people. I'm sorry, I'm still. What a horrible person. Oh my god. They trusted her. They came in here with her. She's not even. Is she driven mad, or is she just so. I can't even think it's the air. I think she's so desperate to find the anvil that she gave up any sense of any concern for her people, and was like, the result is more important. That's the most important thing, right? The golems, because the golems are incredible, and no sacrifice is too great, right?
Now's better than later.
But to be so to be incapable of passing the traps, and the result being, or the follow-up method is to just keep throwing your people at them, and they might die, but at least you know that method didn't work. You know, well, they can't go from the left because they died, can't go from the right, they died, can't open it this way because they died. Okay. And then, you know, you go through like dozens of people, you know, however many she actually brought in, and the reality being that she ran so low on people that she was like, you know what, let's let Let's let them breed. Then use them too. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh boy, can I? Okay, there are valves. Okay. Oh, bitch, no. Oh, I'm going for the valves. Alright, you guys got this. Don't die. Alright. Now.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
We might have to fight all of these.
Got it.
And that's the thing, like, we're strong, but imagine, like, if we had to fight all of these at the same time, that would get crazy. And that's the force that they would, at one point, have sent in. Nice. Alright. Your group heal. Huge. Okay, Miriam. Then throw that on there. Go here. Do this. Go here. Ooh. Oh, get right here. Huge. But I'm assuming, right, based on these guys, that these were also part of Caridin's traps. And they were able to kill some of them, right? They were able to bring some of these golems down, but not all of them. Running out of people. Ran out of people. I mean, the last remaining golems were used as defense to keep people from actually finding the anvil. God, that was loud.
Alright.
Ooh, don't worry, I took it for the team.
Alright.
E. Alright. We leveled up. Great. Oh. Damn it. Come here. Jeez. And this is what I mean. Like, this is what Shale looked like at one point when they were first made. You know, these guys. And then was chiseled down. But regardless, and I mentioned before, once we had learned, you know, the process, that means Shale was once somebody. Like would human, dwarf, like, we don't know, but they were someone. They were a mortal, I guess. They were fleshy at one point. And maybe that's why they don't have a very long memory, or maybe that's why their memory starts in the darkness. Because their memory starts at the point of creation. I don't know. But I'm actually full of things. I'm actually full of... Oh my gosh. See, because I didn't want to do any of this stuff off screen other than just like the shopping. I didn't want to like sell anything. I just kept it all, and now we're here. But it's fine. Because I want to take Ring of Selection. Put it on there. Alright, so we have these two. Smith's Heart. Yeah. Item set bonus. Interesting. Okay. Then we might have to get rid of some stuff. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Because I do want the, look at that, large, clear crystals. They're really good. Really good. I don't know if we can get something of like a flawless quality, something like that. But that's real nice. Small flawless. As I say it. Right, because we have a large clear natural crystal. Large clear spirit crystal. Spell resistance, mental resistance, and spirit resistance. I still feel like natural might be because of physical resistance. Right, especially because of the amount of ranged enemies down here. But this would do more, this is more damage. Even though fire damage is good. Spirit damage. 1.5 armor penetration and 2 to all attributes. Oh shit, that's cool. They're actually bigger. That's sick. That's awesome. That's so cool. All right. Nice. All right, now we level up. We level up. Now, I want to... Let's see. Right, because I want to get to the later tiers as well. So we need 40 strength for this, but we have 36. We just need the master combat training. Okay. I just wanted to look ahead what we should do, because this will get us to 40. This will get us to 40. As much as I want to put more willpower. Right, because I want more stamina. I'm torn. I would love Master Coercion. Right? Character's a silver-tongued master of coercion, able to sway just about anyone. Which is fantastic. Really cool. But... And I'm sure... going into, you know, future events could really benefit from that. But in order for us to kind of survive to get there, I think we need master combat training. Realistically. And I think our next skill point, I'll probably put it into that one. Okay, now here is where we get a little interesting. because I like resilience. It's passive, it plays more into our Berserker. Berserk can now focus the power of rage more effectively, getting a bonus to health regeneration while Berserk is active, as well as a bonus to nature resistance. That applies at all times. Right? So we get a nature resistance bonus by default, but while berserking, we get a bonus to health regen, which is great. That's huge. But then there's also these, which are also really good, especially two-handed sweep. This one, oh my god, like an actual multi-hit attack. Swings a two-handed weapon through enemies in a vicious arc, dealing normal damage to those it hits and knocking them down, unless they pass a resistance check. That's so good. That feels... I feel like... I don't know, right? And then critical strike activated. So we have to use this because it's not sustained. Right, so this is an actual, like, skill. Like a single massive swing at the target, gaining a bonus to attack. If the strike connects, it's an automatic critical hit. So with like Mighty Blow being really, really strong, and this is also critical damage, this would be another attack we could do that if we had a target frozen, right? Being able to instant crit be great. Possibly killing the opponent outright if its health is low enough. Now that's really cool. And then Destroyer. It's a passive. If you can stand against the savage blows of a Destroyer, every attack sunders the target's armor, reducing its effectiveness for a short time. The effect of multiple blows are not cumulative. Man, it's one point is almost cruel. Because obviously, I want resilience, right? Building into our Berserker. But two-handed sweep. This is tough. I mean, it probably shouldn't be, right? The health regen is... It feels like the obvious thing to go for. Right? Critical strike is cool. Especially if their health is low enough, it's just an instant kill. Great. But like right now... This works against... I feel like the health regen. I might regret this, because the sweep is the one that I really want. But I feel like the utility of the bonus health regen... I don't know, but then if we have wind healing us, the health regen's nice. I'm sorry, this is it. I'm not trying to make this take this long, but I don't feel like there's like a wrong choice, because eventually, like, we'll level up again and get another one, right? So it's more like, what do we want now? I'm gonna go health regen. I'm not gonna overthink this, as I've already overthought this whole process. Right, while Berserk is active, bonus to health regen. And then it'll let us get closer to this, right? Reducing the Berserk's penalty to stamina regen. Yeah, you know, it's cool. I'm not going to overthink it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, before we move on, to kind of piggyback off of what we were talking about, like with Shale, right? Having been flesh at one point. I wanna throw this out to you guys, because I'm curious, right? I'm very curious what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts on the golem creation process, as far as like morality, ethics? Should it be something that is brought back? I mean, we'll find out, right, by the end of this, but I want to throw this out. Is it something that you think is a good thing, or is it a bad thing? Because I can see arguments for both, but I'm curious. So loud. Here we go. All right. Let's try it out. Well, that was a heal. If it works really well, we might not even notice. It might be so natural. We need Ogren to level up again so I can get him more strength so we can get better armor.
Now's better than later. Got it.
Whoa, we just looted a whole goal? That's great. Okay.
As you say.
How long does that last for? 9 seconds, okay. Let's see. Well. That's dramatic. Whoa. That's a lot. That's a lot of lyrium. Is that it? This little guy right here? What? No way. Wait, what? Are we fighting the Anvil? Okay, wait, no feds. Get you over here.
What is your
Okay.
command?
What are you... Bro, what are you doing? Whoa. Spirit Anvil. What does that do? Oh my god, we actually are fighting the Anvil itself. Okay, you know what? Whoa, what? Oh, there's multiple on these. Okay, you know what? Everybody, fight. We're just gonna focus them down. Okay. Now we're gonna go here. Group heal.
Death to all pagans.
Oh. This is something. Okay, do that. Then we're gonna go here. Group heal. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we just gotta... So wait, is it possessed like a will of its own? Or has this... How does this work? Damn. Whoa, its eyes are bleeding. Wait, is this infused with like an actual person? Whoa. Eek. Okay, because we gotta focus specific sides, right? If the goal is to take out the bright eyes, make them bleed, right? Yeah, and that's what we want to do. Ooh. Nope, we're going over here now.
All right.
Usually the other ones don't attack us. It's just whoever we focus. This is manageable. Ooh. Is that all of them? Almost. Okay, so it's just you. Oh. Wait.
Can I get you a ladder?
There's some... Is there a catch? Oh, wait. No, wait, hold on. I think... No, I can only do the one.
I'll get on it. Done. Anything else?
Oh, so we just gotta keep hitting it regardless. Oh, okay. So the eyes were bright, then they bleed, then they go out. Got it.
It's not over. It can't be. You'll get no mercy from me.
Okay. All right. No, what are you doing? Get back here. Everyone's trying to go somewhere else. Oh god. Okay, okay. All right. Last one. Okay. Get him. Beat him down. Heal. Oh, there we go. Here we go, here we go.
Well, I suppose that could have been worse. I'm beat.
Marvelous.
I don't think this was the anvil. It's another... I mean, it's a lot of lyrium. It's an enchanted situation. There are anvils. But I don't think this is the actual one. Or brown shield. I didn't know if there's any more like lore bits or anything hidden around, but just wanted to be sure. Because we collect the rocks over there. Okay. Well, here we go. Well, that's certainly a save. That's more like it. That's way more. That feels way more. Yeah, because I mean, that's not an anvil. Those are anvils. That's not the Anvil of the Void. This feels dramatically. Yeah. This feels right. Whoa.
My name is Caridin. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Caridin, the Paragon Smith, alive?
He became a...
There is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know
What?
my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? It has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the Anvil of the Void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The Anvil of the Void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the Anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
That's so cool. Oh my god. That is huge. Oh my god. Shale. Female dwarf. Turned golem. By Caridin. Shale. And even the way her name is spelled is different. She was a dwarf. She was a dwarf. Wow. And that's so of a house too. So not just the only woman to volunteer. What a badass. Right? Holy shit. That's crazy. So on top of the fact, Caridin's alive. Right? He's alive. And he made himself into a golem. Because I mean, this looks more like a steel golem. Looks like a steel golem, not a stone golem. And he made Shale. That's crazy. You made the anvil, I take it. Spare me. I need the anvil to bargain with Branka. So you want something. Everyone does. You made the anvil, I take it.
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item. The Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
Yeah. Yep, we learned that. We learned that, and my god, that, and a dire shortcut was worth it. Sounds like blood magic and danger. That's a great comparison, actually. It's not exactly one-to-one, but the idea that you are taking the life force of someone else to do something, right? Like using, like going back to Redcliffe, right? When we were gonna, we could have had Jowan use blood magic to perform the ritual, sacrificing Connor's mom, using her life force, her blood, to do the spell. Now, that is in not exactly one-to-one, but it's the concept of, like, in order to make the golems live, you need to take the life force of another person and put that into the golem. And there is, and this is why I posed the question, right? Ethics, morality, or just sort of, do you think it's a good thing to do this? Is this process? Is this right? Is this a good thing? Especially because it seems like they don't retain who they were. They are golems, but it's not like, I don't know, because like with Shale, now we know a ton about. That's crazy. That's so cool, right? We know Shale. She was a dwarf. She doesn't have any memories, right? Yet somehow Caridin here, he does. He knows who he is. He remembers who he is. He is who he is. He's just in a new body. So what's the difference? How does that work? Because all these other golems we see, they don't have, they're not trying to talk to us, but they don't have any personality. There's like nothing there. A dire shortcut, was it worth it? Sounds like blood magic. Dangerous road. 10 feet tall and invulnerable? Can think of worse fates. Was it worth it?
So said my king. I had only intended to use volunteers, but he was not satisfied, and soon a river of blood flowed out of this place. Finally, it was too much. I refused, and so Valtor had me put on the anvil next.
Oh, shit. Okay, so he didn't turn himself into this. The king, the Dwarven King Valtor. This is exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. Like, it starts as volunteers, which you can justify in a way of being like, that's okay. That's acceptable because they're choosing this. They're not being forced into it. But what happens when the guy in charge says volunteers aren't enough? Right? They want an army. They want more golems. They don't want to be told no. They don't want to have to wait for people to volunteer. They don't want to ask. They're like, I want 100 golems. And we make it. Doesn't matter what. This is what I mean. And so, Valtor. Wow. Good God. Because, again, to an extent, the fact that Caridin, at least, is like, I only used volunteers. Only. But Valtor was like, no. It's not good enough. Jesus. And then forced him to become a golem. So you sealed it away, Orzammar could use it. What now? Do you want revenge? It sounds like you earned this. I mean, I don't know. It seems like Valtor did this to him out of spite of being told no, not sort of, not some sort of like justice, you know? Orzammar could use it. I mean, sure, but at what cost? Right, what now? Do you want revenge?
Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
Send her away.
Do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the Anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the Anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the Anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the Anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
That is the see that right there. That piggybacks onto the question, right? Control rods. You are not turning somebody, like, you're not turning a dwarf volunteer into a golem warrior, right? With their own mind and free will and choice that they're fighting for Orzammar. You are literally turning them into a, well, steel or stone slave to fight because you tell them to. They retain no autonomy, and that, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. So he retains who he is because he never had a control rod. So all the other golems, so I guess that answers my question. Like, so all these other golems, they had control rods at some point, and the creation of the rods is part of the whole, like, them losing themselves. And so Shale had a control rod, but it didn't work. It didn't work. So then that might not have even been her control rod, right? The fact that he destroyed it, so the reason she has any sort of autonomy right now is because of the lack of a control rod. But I mean, what? My God, destroy the anvil. That's not a bad argument. You were a paragon. I'll help you support a new king. I need to bargain with Branka. I won't make golems. Yeah, I won't make golems, but she might. And that's the thing, is the abuse of the anvil is so clear. And with Branka, I'm sorry, Branka, but I don't trust you. I sure as shit don't. Right? You were willing to throw your entire house to the wolves, to the darkspawn, to traps and death for this. I thoroughly believe you get your hands on the anvil, it's not going to be about volunteers, because you're going to be like, I have to justify all of what I've sacrificed, right? She sacrificed her whole house, and it can't be for nothing in her mind. And so the creation of golems would obviously have to be done one way or the other. Why should I let your guilt inconvenience me? God damn, I don't like any of these choices, really. Why should I let your guilt inconvenience me? I need to bargain with Branka. I will make golems. Branka I don't even think is in the right headspace anymore. You were a paragon. I hope if you support a new king. That is true. As if we need a paragon between you and her, you're at least in a clear headspace.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the Anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Branka, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The Anvil will let us take back our glory!
But at what cost? A crumbling tunnel filled with darkspawn spume. And first off, real ironic for her to go and be like, he's been down here for 1,000 years stewing in like his own madness. When it only took you two to decide to throw away your entire house to death and allow brood mothers to be created. Allowing your own house, allowing members of your house to turn into brood mothers because you saw that you could use that. And you say he's mad. My God. The Anvil enslaves living souls. It must be destroyed. You're right. It's too powerful not to keep. Okay, I'm surprised there's not like a third option to be like, well, because you could argue like, okay, if you only use volunteers, right? You only use volunteers, and there's no control rods, then you're not enslaving them. You're not enslaving them, and they are willingly becoming golems. Even though the process is gruesome, there is no force. But again, the thing I worry about is the abuse of it. Is like, sure, it starts there, but what happens when, if Balin or Harrowmont decides, no, actually, we're gonna make this golem army one way or another. I feel it's too risky.
So it fights with Caridin? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No! You will not take it! Not while I still live!
Branka, don't throw your life away for this.
God damn it, Branka. She's not the Branka you know. Now stand aside. Can't you see she's dangerous? We have to destroy the Anvil, Branka. She is not the Branka we knew. Or he knew. She's so far off the edge. We have to destroy the Anvil, Branka.
Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
Brother, I in my soul, I really wish I believed that could be true. It's not a risk I'm willing to take. She's obsessed beyond redemption. All right, Ogren, we'll give her a chance with it. The fuck we will. That is like such dangerous thinking, right? Because there's like empathy and sympathy, and you could feel for someone, but to the point where it's like, I don't know, like suicidal empathy. It's just, we can't do it. I want to believe, but I don't believe. She's obsessed beyond redemption. That's not a risk I'm willing to take. She's obsessed beyond redemption.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caridin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
Whoa. Oh, she got inspired. Ogren disapproves? I know. That's a -10. You guys can't see it, but it's a -10. He's not happy with that. Okay, that was a win update. Oh, okay, so, okay, there's a couple golems. She has a control rod. God damn it. Of course. Shit. Ugh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, win. There we go. Do this. Okay, go here, do that, go to us. Ooh. Okay, great. We just gotta keep the pressure on. We'll do the heavy. Alright, we'll come here. Oh, gotta heal. Oh wow, that is not off cooldown yet. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, we're going to try to take out these golems first. That's like the biggest thing. Okay. Okay, everybody attack. We'll go here, group heal. Huge. Individual heal. There we go. Clear him. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, damn. Okay. Okay, but the golem's almost down. Alright, let's go. Alright, everybody in. Alright. Here we go. Heal. Do life ward. Okay, clear him. Oh god, we're so close. No berserk. Go in here, Ogren. Oh boy. There we go. You know, we'll do a pulse, just a boost.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
Oh god. Okay, we don't need group heal. We need. There we go. Regeneration. Alright, Lyrium. And life ward. Damn.
You don't know what I'm capable.
What? Wait. I'm sorry, what? What? How can she... How can she do that? No, would not win. Ooh. That was not the real one. Yikes. Okay. We got regeneration. There we go. Go over here, can I? I could tap into these. Life ward. Okay. Alright. Go there. Damn. Heal. Oh. Good lord. She's doing it again.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
Ooh. Oh, not the rocks. Group heal. Oof.
I'm going to slaughter you!
We did it. The disrespectful slap. God damn it, Branka.
Now's better than later.
Why'd you have to do this? Damage versus beasts and dark spawns. Dark spawn. God damn it. The worst part is, like, you can... There was no way, right? There was no way around it.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the Anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caridin?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The Anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
It was good to meet you, Paragon. I intend to ensure that your warnings about the golems are heard by the Circle of Magi.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
Honestly, I think this alone, that the fact that Shale was able to regain some of herself from this is huge, right? Like, it's tragic we had to kill Branka, right? I feel like, again, the potential for abuse of the Anvil is the concern, because you could look at this, you know, anyone who would view this as sort of like the ends justify the means, right? You create a massive army of golems, you take back the deep roads, and you know, reclaim the Dwarven Empire. But at what cost? Ogren, you lost Branka to this. What do you want? I need a Paragon's support to settle an election. Thank you for anything your skill can add to my cause. Don't suppose you want to make another golem? No. Ogren, you lost Branka to this. What do you want?
Yeah. I don't suppose you can bring Branka back. Maybe make her a golem like you.
I would not do such a thing to her, even if I could.
Somehow I didn't think so.
Golem Branka?
Well, and I don't want anything that would remind me of this. Best it's just done. There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a paragon to get the Assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice.
Oh, what? Whoa, that's that's a sick looking anvil. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wait, so making a crown for the king of our choice? Whoa. Look at that. That's a hell of a crown.
There, it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
Damn. Shit. I will destroy the anvil, as agreed. It's unfortunate the anvil can't be salvaged. It is unfortunate.
Aye, that was my great pride, and soon enough, my shame.
But where will you go? You don't mean to...
I do. I live to ensure that the anvil was never used again. Now it never shall be. We all must have an end, Cher. May yours be one of your own choosing.
God, that's a cool anvil. Damn, just like that.
You have my eternal thanks, stranger.
Damn.
A trust in all Tumshire. May you always find your way in the dark.
Damn, that's kind of sad. Like, I totally get it. Lived beyond his time. Anvil was destroyed. And move on. Fuck, that's... Man. Holy... Good lord. This has been quite the...
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news?
To the Assembly, they need to know as soon as possible. Let's go while the new king can still be of use to me. We'll look around a little.
I wouldn't be in any hurry to get back to the Assembly either.
I want to poke around real quick just to be sure. I'll say there's a chest here.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get up?
Shock coating, medium dust. Ooh. That was good. Medium silver bar, a diamond. A good crossbow. Damn it, of course.
Of course. My friend.
Okay, so I don't want to use the injury kits. No, it's fine. I don't use this. We gotta do some selling when we get out of here. Right? There's too much stuff. I have too many things. Golem registry. Okay, real quick. This is massive. Shale.
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe.
It is wild. I feel like that's what she would say to us. You're tall for a dwarf. you down in Caridin now? You think the name's a coincidence? I don't find it difficult. You're tall for a dwarf.
I am not a dwarf. Or at least, I'm not a dwarf any longer. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caridin said, there must be some evidence of my existence remaining. I must find it.
Right. You think something will trigger your memory?
I need to know that this is the truth, and not simply believe. What Caridin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where Kadash Taig is.
No way. Isn't that proof right there? We can go there if you like.
Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map. If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
Oh, absolutely. A golem's memories. Boost of strength. Traveling through reveals jolted Shale's memories of Kadash Taig. The golem believes that visiting her former Taig may unlock further memories. This has been wild. There's, like, this has been a multifaceted lore and world building fucking adventure down here.
Now's better than later.
Golem registry. You see a large stone tablet chipped with age, with a great number of dwarven runes carved into its surface. Examine the tablet. The writing is in dwarven. It appears to be a long list of names, each with the stamp of their house next to them. You recognize few of the house names. At the bottom of the list are the words, "We honor those who made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered." Wow, so whenever he would turn somebody into a golem who volunteered, he would document it. Because it is, he did consider it a sacrifice. The carvings are still deep enough to be that a tracing could be taken, allowing the information to be carried elsewhere. Yes. Take a tracing of the tablet. We could bring this back to the Shaperit. What's this? Can you tell? Shan, do you recognize this at all?
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have something to do with Caridin's words. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is something to be gleaned from them. I know not.
All right. Ogren?
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaperit and Orzammar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both.
I think it's important, if anything, because they regarded the golems so heavily and highly as such a key to their success back then, right up until they were lost, that I think it's only right to actually, remember the names of those who became golems. And they didn't know. That's the thing. Caridin never told anybody what it took to make a golem. So this is big. The ancient runes are traced into a stack of papers which you store in your pack. Great. The Golem Registry. Bring the tracing of the Golem Registry to the Shaperit. Get a tracing of the Golem Registry that you found close to the Anvil of the Void. Ogren said the Shaper would be interested in it and would likely pay a great deal for it. Well, I mean, if they pay for it, great, but I also think it's a good thing to, get that information back. So there's a lot of people.
Let's get back to Orzammar as quickly as we can.
To the assembly.
Yeah, those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Not yet. I feel like we got to, right, on our way back. It's a respectful thing to do, Kadash Tag. She has dim memories of a bustling dwarven tag nestled somewhere amongst the deep roads. Let's check it out. It's important for her. Which in turn is important for me. This is... what a revelation. This is huge. Kadash Tag. Right.
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
So if you had no idea.
I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it?
You know what, that's fair. We didn't actually have that conversation. Well, I'm not made of rock. You just don't seem...
Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly obvious.
God damn it.
Truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
You're just cuter than before. Weird. Stop it. Wow. My god. We'll have to... So patronizing for no reason. I know it's like we can joke, right? Like, you know, haha, everything. But I feel like Shale takes it as a joke. She's been very literal, but I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue. No.
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing to want to do, yes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Girl things, you know? You know what? That's fair. I mean, it is cool to know, right? I would imagine for Shale to know. Clear up some of the mystery, right? Because it is mystery. Absolutely. And I think now that Shale knows, well, they can choose to be whatever they want at this point. Even though, fully accepting that they are no longer a dwarf. They are no longer who they were before. Even if they do remember things, it's different. Okay, you know what? Everybody get back here. We fight as a group. Oh. Good lord. Okay. Oh. Man, really fighting to keep Shale alive right now. Okay. No, here we go. Okay, everybody attack. Cutting it close. Oh god. Damn it. Ogren. Get over here. Okay, ready to do this. Group heal. Extra heal. Okay, moving in. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope, they're dead. Okay, great.
Ready.
Holy. A new tyke. Yeah, maybe we should... Where am I? Oh my god, that's all the way... That's all the way over here. I don't even know how big this place is. I feel like we're down here? Hard to see. I try to think, like, is it worth it to try to go on? Or should we go back? Let me see. Let me get a little bit further. Let's see how big this place is going to be. It feels like it's going to be pretty sizable. Right, we might actually... Whoa. We might actually have to come back, because I don't... We're too full of stuff. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back. We're gonna sell some things. We're gonna lighten our load. Because it's not about difficulty, right? I think we can crush this. Absolutely crush this. It's more, I want to make sure we have inventory space to actually loot everything. Because this looks like it's going to be really interesting. So, okay. Let's go back to Orzammar. Sell some stuff. If anything happens when we arrive, you know, we'll see. But we'll be back. Count on that. Let's do this first. Oh god, it's actually
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
Well, Warden, what news do you bring?
Oh. Gosh, this is it. This is actually the crowning. Oh my god. I bear a crown from Paragon Caridin for his chosen king. Bring a crown forged by Caridin on the Anvil of the Void. Paragon Caridin.
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzammar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Hortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose?
Oh god. He didn't choose anybody. That's the thing. He didn't choose. He wished me to give it to whomever I choose.
We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
Man, I really didn't think this was going to be our choice. I really didn't think this was going to come down to it. I was like, oh, the assembly picks, we can kind of push for maybe one side or the other, but at the end of the day, they're going to decide on their own. it actually coming down to us. Okay. Okay. Everything we know about this, about both of them, which is not a lot, but the little details, right, are the big thing. And it's tricky, but also kind of not. Paramount, right? This dude doesn't seem confident as a king. Doesn't seem, he, like you said, he doesn't even want to be here. He didn't want to be here. He's accepting the crown, he's accepting the throne, but he's leaving everything up to the assembly that's currently here, the current lords, right, that are all currently present. And at the same time, by extension, the support we need for the Blight, he's kind of like, I'll try and get it, right? You know? And if any of the messages from the criers are coming from him in any way, then it does seem like he kind of talks down on the castles. Which is, you know, what else is new, right? But then we look at Balin. Balin, shady, but honest. In a way of like, he's not bullshit at us, right? He's done underhanded tactics. They both have. Let's be real, right? Balin is fighting for the throne. He wanted to plant blackmail on whoever the lady in charge of the, you know, the new, or not the new, but the, you know, the gang network, right? And then at the same time, he only wanted Branka back, just the same as Harrimont, right? They wanted a Paragon's approval. They wanted to save Branka. Not even save Branka. They just wanted to drag Branka back, right? Even Balin even said it. He's like, hey, look, if she's not in the right headspace, leave her there. But if she refuses to support me, then let's help her stay in the deep roads. So it's like, he is absolutely ruthless. But, and it sounds so fucked up because Harrimont is the nicer, he seems like a nicer person to talk to. He's very personable compared to Balin. But Balin actually seems to want to improve things. Because he recognizes, at least like seems to recognize, the downward spiral that is the Dwarven society. Right? And Harrimont doesn't seem to give a shit about really improving anything or changing anything or working towards, you know, that. And maybe he would. Maybe he would. But at the end of the day, it's not been a secret since we arrived that Orzammar is struggling. Right? And with Harrimont, I don't feel confident enough that he gives a shit to actually want to, you know, raise up Dwarven society, like fix this. Right? He just seems keep things the way they are. The way they are is spiraling downwards. And it seems so messed up because Balin is not, he doesn't seem like a good, he's not a nice guy. But if his ideas are right and he actually does act on them, then he's an asshole. But he's an asshole with a vision to make things better, rather than a nice guy who doesn't really care if things get better, or doesn't want or strive for things to be better. take a shot.
At last, this farce is ended, and I can take my rightful place on my father's throne.
And I didn't think we were going to have to choose. I guess a good thing I've been paying attention to all of the little details, but I was going to do it anyway. But, oh man, look at that crown.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
Do you acknowledge me as king?
I cannot defy a paragon. The throne is yours, King Balin.
Then as my first act as king, I call for this man's execution. Guards, seize him!
Whoa. Okay. Oh god, what did I do? God damn it. Seriously? The first thing you do is like kill this guy? Oh, it plays perfectly into exactly the kind of tactics he uses, right? He doesn't trust. He doesn't trust that Harrowmont will let it go. He's paranoid, probably. It's like, maybe he'll have me assassinated. Oh no, I did what you wanted. Now where are my troops? Harrowmont was an honorable rival. Let him retire in peace. Was he an honorable rival? He was just as kind of using underhanded tactics like you were. All who defy King Balin face the same fate. I did not give you that crown so you could be a tyrant.
You know better than anyone the war facing us, Warden. Orzammar cannot afford to be divided. Anyone undermining my reign is serving only the Darkspawn. I will return to my palace to gather my generals and prepare our forces for the surface. I will see you there, Warden. You have my gratitude for all you have done for me.
Oh, you don't give a fuck.
Now I can embrace you as a brother. Without your aid, I would not have taken this throne so smoothly or so soon.
Where we're just like, hey man, you immediately have your opponent, old opponent, executed. That's fucking brutal. Good lord. But moving forward with that, he didn't hesitate to get us troops. He didn't hesitate. He's like, I'm going to get them together and we'll head for the surface. Not I'll ask, not I'll figure it out. Let's hope. He was like, nope. I'm gonna make it happen. You'll be a stronger king than Harrowmont. The throne belongs to House Iduken. I would not let my sister down. Congratulations, bravo. Now where are my troops? Because the thing is, it's like, it wasn't for our sister. We do care, and that it matters, but it sounds so fucked up, right? But it's like, when you have to pick the city, the future, the society, everything, and compromising that integrity and the clear thinking for like a family member rather than what's right. It's not an easy choice, but it's not the reason we would have done it. Which sounds so fucked up because I really like Rika. You'll be a stronger king than Harrowmont. I would not let my sister down. You'll be a stronger king than Harrowmont.
His name need not pass your lips again. My generals are already preparing for a mission to the surface. When you have need of us, you shall have every able-bodied dwarf in Orzammar. Since you did more than I expected, I offer a personal reward as well. This was a mall favored by my brother Trian. Take it with you, as a reminder of your ties to Orzammar. Now, I have much to do. If there is nothing else...
Oh my god. Trian, who, by the way, is allegedly killed by you? not by you, but set up. Orchestrated death, but that's just a theory. I return to the service, thank you for your aid. Take that as a thank you. I want my face on one of those big statues. I want my face on one of those big statues.
I'll see what I can do. Now, I must address my other petitioners. Come back and visit sometime.
Holy Lord, we fucking did it. My God. His opposition to Prince Balin's bid for the throne ended badly. The assembly named the prince King of Orzammar, and Balin's first act was to call for Harrowmont's execution. Yep. Now, to be honest, could we really write off that Harrowmont wouldn't do the same thing? Who knows? But it's oof. His efforts paid off. He was named King of Orzammar by the Assembly. And Ogren. Let's see. The Grey Warden Baragul mounted a search for Branka and found her and the Anvil of the Void, for which she led her house to their deaths. Ogren enjoys challenging his palate with alcohols of ever-increasing rarity potency. Yeah, we got this one. This is the one we just unlocked. And then where is it? For when the printed word is a window to true understanding, a scholar by heart, she feels that what a people commit to the page is sacred by definition. Ooh. So she likes books. She likes reading. So any books and stuff we have, go to her. Nice. Good to know. King Balin Iduken. So we got Trans Maul. It's a good Maul. Not as good as Ageless, but 2 strength, melee, dares darkspawn, backstab. Oh, that is a cool looking mace though. But that'll be for someone else to use. Right, I don't even think it's better than... Yeah. Busaris. God, what a fucking roller coaster this was. Huh? This is crazy. Okay, just want to make sure there was anything else. But no, we did it. Balin is king. And obviously we have to talk. We're gonna try to talk to him at least. But man, I'm really hoping what I was interpreting was right. Like, he's got the best interest in mind. At least. At least that's what he talked about. Right, versus Harrowmont. He didn't want to make Orzammar worse, but he wasn't really worried about trying to actually make things better. Right? You know? It's a shame. Blood Mage? Blood Mage win? The irony. Alright, here we go. Cleansing Aura. That could be good. Petrify, Heroic Defense, Spell Bloom. I don't know. You know what? I actually don't know. So we're going to think about that. We're going to pick this up on the next episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. We did it. We not only found the Anvil of the Void, we freed Caridin, we stopped Branka, and prevented the future enslavement of other dwarves and anyone else that becomes golems. Because again, we don't know, even if we hope for the best. Balin, Harrowmont, and any future kings, right? What's to say that they would use it in the best way? Who knows? right? But at the same time, I also get it, because golems were the reason they had the best shot at fighting back the Darkspawn and taking back the underground, taking back the deep roads. I don't know, but I definitely want to know what you guys have to say about this. So thank you very so much for watching. Stick around for more Dragon Age Origins as we continue on, because we have now gotten the alliance of the dwarves on our side. So that means new adventures out there in the world. We'll see where we go next. So, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.